we go. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Quill and Sword. We are back. I have a voice. It was my fault we missed last time. We would have had no sound for a GM. Speaking of sound, we're using Syrinscape tonight. Hey, we got that. And now I'm going to roll my D10 divided by 2 for a D5 to get one of my lovely players to inform us of what happened last time. Oh, looks like that's Vera.
Oh,
Nathaniel.
dear. I remember some stuff that happened. I do not remember chronological order of any of it.
Okay.
I remember that, well, okay, so the thing that stuck in my head, I'm just going to go with that, is that we confronted Angelique about what seemed to be going on and have learned that Masquerade has been sent off to, I forget exactly what, whether it's destroy or just otherwise interact with this sort of black object that is going to untether everyone from magic and basically end the reincarnation cycle for everybody.
Yeah.
Because everything is so screwed up, she thinks that's better. And yeah, we got to go and deal with that. I'll hand it over to MARISA and see if she remembers anything else.
Yes, so I believe we started the session with Wisp being upset in a pantry, and then we walked outside the castle out of hearing range of the masks that are not mask, and we tried to figure out what it was we needed to do, and then that's when we went back inside to talk to Angelique and see kind of what was going down. And then from there, I believe we decided we were going to go and meet up with Mask. So I'm going to pass it off to Robin and see if Robin remembers any details, because that was pretty broad strokes.
Well, what I remember was there being some inter-party strife about the nature of overstepping our boundaries and drawing those boundaries in the first place. Because I remember at one point catching a stray thought and then answering it in, I'm sorry, Megan, help me. I'm blanking on your character's name.
Tempest, yes. Answering in Tempest's mind and, like, realizing after the fact that I didn't have consent to do so because I thought that the contact had been intentional to begin with, and it was not intentional. That's what I remember from last week. Who hasn't gone? Megan, I don't think you've gone. I'm going to pass it to you.
Okay, yeah, let's see. What do I remember from last week?
Last month.
Last week.
A month ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. A month ago. You're right. Last
Time
session.
isn't real.
Time isn't real. I live for this. It seems like only yesterday I was playing. Seriously, though, I think we found out what, like, the big bad was, because Angelique is, in fact, in league with the Queen of Ravens. And it is the Queen of Ravens' plan to end this universe for whatever nefarious reason she wishes to end it. Probably, in Tempest's opinion, to enrich herself in some manner, because she doesn't do anything if she doesn't get something herself. And like happened with Tempest, she has made some kind of deal with Angelique. This has made Tempest incredibly angry, because why anyone would make the same mistake Tempest did just infuriates her, right? It's like, it's fine for her to think that she was stupid at one point, but other people can't possibly be this stupid. So that made lots of people very angry, and now we are headed to a ship to sail off to another continent, I think.
Yep.
In order to help try to stop this, possibly chasing Masquerade. I think that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, Tempest feels very vindicated because she was very concerned where Tempest had went, and it turned out to be very important.
So that just leaves SENITA.
Yeah. We're on a boat.
I think the only significant thing we missed was that we touched base with Jacquard and oh God, why am I blanking?
Giselle. And Giselle
Thank
made terrible
you.
cookies.
Yes, we had the world's
Cookies.
worst cookies that she made, and they
Yep.
were amazing.
They were made with love.
Mm-hmm.
They were just also made with an excessive amount of salt. Because she rolled very poorly.
It's so often that love pours more salt into the equation because then there are stakes. It's okay.
So yes, one other thing I will bring attention to that nobody mentioned is you guys have a new ally NPC among you.
Oh, that's right. I went to the dungeons and got like somebody that was going to be executed out of the dungeon.
Oh, that's right. The
Uh-huh.
It's not a tabaxi.
yes.
It's one of the
No,
cat
it's
people.
Lion Mommy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I completely
Lion
forgot
mommy.
about that.
That's now her name. She's not Asana anymore. She's Lion Mommy.
I'm just calling her that in my head because I might low-key have a crush on her. It's fine.
I just want somebody to like make a picture of her.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Okay,
anyway.
I'm
so
worried
what's,
about Lion Mommy making fan art. Like that phrase is good. It's problematic. Gang.
I'm
I
like
just
5% sorry.
I just started a Tumblr. I have a feeling this will pick up steam.
You have Tumblr now? Cool. I need to find
do.
out what it is and follow you afterwards. Anyway, let's play the intro.
Critta, and I'm like, I know how to do the thing to make it ping. I know how to do that because that's how I fix my my Twitch backgrounds,
I love
and that's
Critter.
how I'm gonna do my pictures. I gotta take each character out so I can ping their background, so I can put it onto this background.
I love Critta. That works great. We are back, by the way. Hi, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started. So you guys left early in the morning. You guys set out in the morning, and you are now officially on the high seas, sailing and doing other sorts of things. If you don't have Syrinscape open, then you won't hear the ocean. By the way, chat, let me know if the Syrinscape is too loud or if anything needs to be adjusted. But you guys find yourselves out on the sea. The salty air is it hits you in the face. It starts graining on your skin a little bit, you know. If you've been to the ocean and you've gotten that like layer of salt on your skin before, it's a really interesting sensation. And the ship is manned by a crew of 20 people. So it's like a average small ship, right? It's not like the biggest ship in the world, but it'll do the job. And you see that Captain Emile, who was the mousy man you met before, is distinctly less mousy when he's wearing his captain's breeches.
Got his big boy pants on.
Yeah,
Playing the role to his part.
His voice suddenly drops into the gutter, and you start, and then he puts some real bass in it, and he starts shouting grab the ropes, hoist the sails, all that sort of stuff. Just out of this tiny man that was super mousy and very tiny. He's still tiny, but now he's got this bass in his voice.
Cool. I will help with everything that I am qualified to help with.
Okay. So for the most part, the crew expects you guys to just stay out of the way because you've got a full crew. You've got everything you need. So with that being said, Asana is not really anywhere to be seen up on the deck. So what are you guys doing? What are people wanting to do in particular on this sea voyage?
Well, Wisp is below decks, curled up in an innocuous corner, trying not to throw up.
Okay. So Wisp, you are trying to not throw up. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. Did you eat breakfast?
I would have, yep.
Okay. So that's going to up your DC by 2. We're going to say you need a 13 or better.
I got a 17.
All right, so you're holding it down. You're keeping it together. It's rough, but you're keeping it together. You do see Asana is down here in the cargo hold, just kind of chilling out, sitting with her hands folded. She looks very uncharacteristically withdrawn, we'll say. What about everyone else?
Whenever she has the chance and she is allowed to, Tempest is above deck. She is unbelievably happy right now. She's just, the wind is in her hair. She's not in her armor. She got the classic billowy shirt, right? That just fluttering all over the place. And she's as cheery as anyone has ever seen her.
Okay.
In fact, she, if they let her in the rigging, she walks up the masts and stuff and hangs out up there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So you're hanging out on the mast. You mean in the crow's nest, or just chilling on, hanging off of the?
She has the slippers of spider climb, so she just walks right up the side. She literally is just hanging out up there. Anytime she gets any chance, she gets. Just, this is the best thing ever. She wants to duel people when they have the chance. It's great.
Okay, all right.
Loving it.
So you see a man, a human man. He's got this real dark, almost base blue tone skin. He walks by and he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, so you've got some magic items. Interesting." And you see this guy is wearing a breastplate, like a metal breastplate. And it's engraved with these runes along the edge. They're real small. They're real tiny. It looks almost like a filigree embellishment. And they are this seafoam green. He just sort of looks up at you. So you're a fellow magic item aficionado.
Well, in many ways, and my sword pops in and pops out. I'm very magical.
I see. Interesting. Well,
And she gives a little bow.
That's really, really nice. I happen to be a dabbler, we'll say, in creating such objects. So, at some point, if you want, I'd love to take a look at some of your items, just to get a feel for how they work, what they do. Maybe show you a couple things.
That sounds fantastic. Sure, anytime.
And he gestures up to the mast. He says, "See those carvings there? Those are mine.
Oh, quite interesting. Quite interesting.
Yeah,
Very good work, sir.
They help whenever the wind isn't necessarily in our favor.
Understand. This is an amazing place to hear out on the sea. I've never been so invigorated by terrible weather before.
Well, it's nice because we don't have to worry about the prying eyes of the Scriptoriad and whatnot.
Yes, someone said something about them. I'm not from around here, so I have no such compunctions against using magic.
Oh, is that most elves or just your kind? Forgive me for assuming. You just look very elven.
Yes, not an elf, but that's fine. That's fine. I understand that you wouldn't know the difference. But not elf. Shadakai. That's what we call ourselves.
Oh, you got a name that's like more common language, perchance?
Well, my name's Tempest. You don't have to call me anything else. But Shadakai, yeah, that's what we're called.
Oh, all right. Well, pleasure to meet you, Tempest. Edward here, and he sort of gives like a tip of his tricorn hat. Anyway, if you want to come by, and he gives you instructions to get to his room, and then just turns his duster, kind of flaps as he does so, and he walks off and goes below deck.
Tempest goes back and looks into the wind and thinks really hard about whether he was hitting on her or he was serious about wanting to see her magic items.
Give me an insight roll.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Oh, what is that? What is that? That is a... Oh, that's a 19. But hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I have a negative insight. Insight. Yes. Okay, so that's only an 18.
18. He was not hitting on you. He was just genuinely interested in your magic items because it's really... You get the vibe that it's pretty uncommon for him to see people coming through that are passengers that have means, let alone that have magic items that they just use openly.
Cool. All right. That could have gone very bad.
What about, let's see, what is SENITA doing?
Below deck, found a table, got out a map, is assessing it to figure out what the objectively best path to get inland would be, and try and triangulate what the most likely one masquerade was to use, just for pre-planning, with the understanding that it is absolutely possible that I'm going to be wrong about this, and that it will be for naught.
Okay. All right. So, are you trained in cartographer's tools?
No, I don't believe I am.
Are you trained in navigator's tools?
Nope.
Okay, then give me an investigation check with disadvantage.
That's okay, I'm good at investigation.
They said before.
It's still gonna be a 23.
A 23? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have expertise in investigation.
So, based on the course that Captain Emil has told you, you are going the most expedient route. Obviously, that is subject to weather and any sort of hiccups that happen, but generally speaking, you are going the best route.
Remind me where exactly it was we were going.
You are
Steven?
going to the Argent Frontier, or the Ardent Frontier.
Like, where more specific? I'm looking at the world map.
Okay, so, you know that it was in the Ardent Frontier, and it was where the dwarves used to be, so it's kind of like down a ways. It's, I'm trying to pull up my own map here. While I'm finding my map, what is Nim up to?
So Nim is kind of just wandering around, above deck when she has the opportunity to, just kind of standing against the railing, looking over, just being excited. Below deck, kind of getting the lay of the land. Intermittently taking little cinnamon rolls from her cinnamon roll box, and also remembering the last time she was on a boat and just mindlessly singing, "What should we do with a drunken sailor?" Just trying to stay out of the way.
You are going to the Dwegomir, is where you're headed. Right now, you are.
All right, I see it. Gotcha.
Yeah, you are currently up near. You are north of the Ile de Fer. You are up near Montemer.
So, are we going like I don't even know how much this matters, but I'm curious. Are we going like around the top of the Ardent Frontier to come down to Dwegomir from the south, or are we going between the Ardent Frontier and Voiré?
So, the course that is currently charted has you going down straight past the Ile de Fer,
okay,
and docking in Guildwall. And
so we're going
the rest of the way.
Gotcha. All right, makes sense.
Yep. All right.
Thank you.
Yep, of course. So, you know that the Ile de Fer is the prison island. It's basically like an Alcatraz for magic users.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. So, what about, so Nim is eating her cinnamon rolls and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nim, I want you to give me a perception roll.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yes, I do. Are you on
22?
Did you say you were above deck or below deck?
Wandering back and forth.
Okay. So when you're above deck, you see something that just shimmers just a little bit underneath the surface of the water. It's like rainbowy. It's real pretty.
Oh,
it just
no.
catches the light just right, and it almost like a real big fish surfaces and then goes back down. And
right.
One of the times that you happen to be below, you hear just like a knock against the wood.
I want to ask a sailor. I want to find one.
Uh-huh.
And ask him about the rainbow fish.
And he kind of looks at you. He's like, rainbow fish?
What, did you see it? It just, when I was above deck, I saw it just kind of shimmering under the water there a little bit. And then, when I go below deck, I hear a little knock. Is there something I should know about? Is there something in these waters? I assume everyone can see it.
Oh, well, there are fish. It is the ocean, after all. There are very big fish. As for only knocking, sometimes things knock against this ship. It's not too much to worry about. I think you should ease your nerves. And then he sort of like gestures over to a barrel. I can tap it if you want.
Oh, that won't be necessary, but thank you very much. I do have a friend who might be interested once their stomach settles. But I think I'm just going to go keep an eye out. And, if you see me above deck and I holler at you, take a look at the water, because there's something there, I think. There has to be something.
Well, I will look if you want, but I need to tend to my duties.
Absolutely. Don't let me bother you. I'll keep an eye out. Don't worry. I've got my eye on this.
All right. Very well. I'll let you know if I find something.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And just keep it, just listen for the knocks. It doesn't seem like that should be something that should happen in underwater.
Right. Listen for the knocks. And your perception roll is good enough. You hear him kind of muttering about, what sort of passengers are we taking on these days? Walking up the mast and talking about knocks. I don't even know.
And then Nim just walks off and mutters, these non-adventuring sailors don't do anything.
What about Anu? What's Anu doing?
I'm gambling.
You're gambling. All right. So, you have a couple different options. You have, you can play a card game, you can play a dice game, or you can play a chess-like game.
Ooh. I'm gonna do the chess-like game.
All right, that is King Fall. So I do actually have dice mechanics for this. So because this is a strategy-oriented game, if you are not proficient in a gaming set or in any sort of gaming, like even cards or dice or anything like that will work for this. But if you don't, then your checks are gonna be made at disadvantage as you're learning the game.
Okay, no, I don't have any proficiency in games.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a thing.
All right, so how this is going to work is you're going to start with an investigation roll to see if you can figure out a good strategy for yourself. So I'm going to make a contested roll. You are currently playing against this woman. She is a little bit heavy set. She has this massive just poof of frizzy red hair and freckles everywhere.
All right, investigation. It's terrible.
All right, her investigation roll was an 11. What did you get?
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
All right, I got a 12.
12. All right. So you are currently winning. Now, the way that Kingfall works is once you go 5 moves in, then you choose, are you going to bow out or are you going to put down and bet?
Okay.
So right now you're winning. You have 1 success you need out of 3. Are you going to bet or are you going to bow out?
And they're all investigation ones?
No. The first one is investigation. The second one is insight. And then the third one, you can choose between deception, intimidation, or another investigation.
Ooh, all right, I'm gonna keep going.
All right. So how much you betting?
I'm gonna bet 1 gold coin.
1 gold coin. Oh, that's a lot for these guys, actually. All right. So you lay down a gold piece. She lays down a gold piece. She gives you a grin. All right, then. We've got a game. So make an insight roll, and she's going to make a contested insight roll. Oh,
Okay.
no. She got a 12.
I got a 16.
All right. So you got your 16. And you think you got this in the bag. You see the strategy she starts using, and you counter it flawlessly. About half of her pieces are missing at this point. So now, which check are you choosing?
What are my options again?
You can choose deception, intimidation, or investigation. Are you doing straight strategy? Are you trying to basically play chicken with her pieces? Or are you trying to deceive her and make her think that you're going for a different strategy than you actually use?
Okay, deception, intimidation, or investigation.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with deception.
Okay. She seems like she is going for the intimidation route.
Okay.
Just doing a real aggressive strategy, and she got an 18.
I'm gonna use my other inspiration.
Okay.
I really gotta start marking how many I save up. I just know I didn't use it yesterday. I got a 19. No,
19.
Wait. Sorry, I'm doing math wrong. I got a 15.
15. Okay, so she won that round. So she actually takes a couple of your key pieces. She manages to take your ship and your Griffin Rider. So now it's another insight check. And then we just go back and forth between insight and the choice between 3 until somebody gets 3 successes. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So, insight. Okay, she got a 12.
I got an 18.
All right, so that's your 3rd success. So you see her bluff and you call it. And you win the game and you get 1 gold piece.
Yeah.
She looks at you, her fiery green eyes sort of shine, and she says, I like you. You want to go again?
Go again?
All right, let's go again. So, start with an investigation check. Oh, she rolled a natural 1.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. So, you won that one, so you're winning out the gate again. Insight. Oh, she got a 22.
I got a 26.
Oh, wow. She got 1 shy of a nat 20, and you see she's doing a really good job this time. You almost wonder if she was like catfishing you the first time with being bad. And you're just like, nope, I see what you're doing. And you counter it again. All right, intimidation, deception, or investigation.
Do deception again.
Okay. She got a 19.
Woo! Nat 20!
Oh! So this time you got her figured out. You know what she's doing. And you trick her, and she loses quicker this game. She gives you a 2nd gold piece. Well, I think I am tapped out with you for the day.
Fair enough. If I lost, I would have done the same thing.
But, good game. And she'll extend this huge muscly arm to shake your hand.
I grip it just as firmly.
And she gives you a hearty shake and then goes back to what she's supposed to be doing, which is swabbing the deck.
Yeah.
So,
That deck ain't gonna swab itself.
Wisp,
Yes.
perception check. I know you love those.
Oh, my best skill.
Yep.
17.
17. You hear a couple knocks under the ship at different points.
Are they particularly rhythmic in any way, or do they sound random?
They sound random. They sound like something hits the boat, like runs into it, as though it's swimming perpendicular to the boat.
Is it sort of localized to one particular part of the boat, or am I hearing it like sounds like it's coming from all the way around?
Different places.
Is there anyone else in the immediate area? It's just Lion Mommy, right?
Asana. Yep.
Yeah. This is Robin's fault. So
10% sorry, maybe.
and she's looking like what, kind of zoned out, tranced or something?
So,
Okay.
Give me an insight roll.
Because I'm great with that too.
Just always get the wisdom checks.
11.
11. She just seems real withdrawn. Like, she's not having a great time.
Probably not the person to ask for corroboration of knocking then.
Yeah.
I don't think Wisp is in a mood to risk standing up and trying to go upstairs above deck to check with anybody else.
Okay.
So this is gonna get logged away. Like, if somebody comes down and wants to ask how I'm doing, I'll mention it. But like, I've managed to find a position and a spot where I'm not ill, and I'm not really looking to risk that right now.
Okay. Actually, just after about 5 minutes after you hear the second one, you do see Nim is coming downstairs again because she's been going back and forth, up and down.
Nim?
Hey, Wisp, how you doing? Do you need a snack? And she proffers a cinnamon roll. No? Okay. I sometimes sweets settle my tummy. I didn't know.
No, that's maybe later. Are we like are we going through a bit of ocean where like we'd be bumping into anything?
So you hear it too.
the knocking. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard the knocking, and when I was above deck, I saw some rainbows under the water. It was very shimmery, and I asked one of the sailors, and they looked at me like I was a little bit crazy. It was very condescending, and I did not appreciate it because, as you know, I am a serious adventurer. And they said that it was normal to hear sounds, but it doesn't seem correct. So I have a weather eye out, Wisp. I will solve this mystery. Maybe. I don't know. Do you want to come above deck? And, well, maybe you shouldn't.
I can try. Just
a
I
shout
can't promise
out,
I stay up there.
Shout out for Carowin for saying you need some ginger. I'm actually going to say Asana then randomly just blurts out, he needs some ginger.
Don't suppose you have any of that, do you, Nim?
And so Nim goes into her apron pockets, and, well, I have, this cookie might have some ginger in it, and she sniffs it. I think so. Do you want to try it?
Is that one of Giselle's cookies?
It is, and I should actually save this for Mask. I apologize.
Yeah.
I have a cinnamon roll. There's some cardamom in there. It's not quite the same.
Appreciate the thought. I'll risk it, and I'm gonna try and get up and try and follow him onto deck.
As you get up, this large clawed hand just grabs your wrist for a second, and Asana puts a piece of candied ginger in your palm and then just closes your palm over it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will stick that in my face.
All right. You chew on it, and it takes a while, but it starts to just it's almost like a cough drop where it starts alleviating it a little bit pretty quickly. Just kind of chewing and sucking on it. So.
Okay. All right. So I'll head up deck and see if Nim can spot some of what she's seeing and point it out.
All right. So you guys go above deck. You see this red-haired lady is swabbing the deck, and you see that everyone's just sort of going about their daily tasks. Some people are moving stuff. Some people are just holding onto the sails or adjusting things as the captain shouts. Go ahead and give me a perception roll as you look over the edge.
That one.
There's nothing. It is blue ocean. It's wavy. It's actually starting to make you a little sick looking at it.
Yeah, I will not keep looking in the water.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna fall overboard.
That is going to be...
Oh, Virgil already here.
That's a 13.
13. I'm gonna say the nat 1 imposed a penalty because that would have been exactly what you needed, but I'm gonna say you puke your guts out.
It's
but
not.
You feel better.
I was gonna say it's not counteracted by the ginger. We're not gonna balance that.
We'll balance it. We'll say that you do. Actually, we'll say you get a little vomit in your mouth, but you keep it down if you want.
I'm fine.
It's worse.
I'm fine.
Yep, it is worse.
Tempest comes wandering by, upside down, hanging from one of the masts that's up. She's walking upside down, and looks down at you. Wisp, I'm so happy to see you're up. Isn't this amazing?
You're
all the places
down.
I've been and I've never spent.
All right, one glance looking up at Tempest, and I'm gonna say Wisp does actually throw up from the disorientation of looking at an upside down person. Well, I'm not even gonna roll for that. I'm gonna say Wisp loses it at that point.
While Wisp is puking, Nim looks up at Tempest. Do you see the rainbow in the water? Am I losing my mind?
I mean, Tempest takes a look.
Okay.
A rainbow
roll
in the water. Perception. Just as Wisp and Tempest have a lot in common. I think that's their wisdom score. Yeah, that's a 7.
You just see the ocean, and that's it.
It's beautiful!
And the woman swabbing the deck sort of glances over. Hey, is that one all right? Does she need something?
They probably just need to go lay down. Wisp, would you like to go downstairs again?
Yes, please.
All right, and then I link arms.
Okay. Anu, are you coming above deck or are you staying below deck?
I'm now just gonna traverse as high as I can on the deck.
Okay. So, Anu, you actually see Wisp and Nim approaching arm in arm as you come out from below deck.
You want some chocolate?
No.
Yeah.
Save some for me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Senta, what are you doing right about now?
I mean, like, at this point, probably resurfacing to the deck to, like, take inventory of where everybody's at and what they're up to. Like, workaholic, but not 100% of the time. Sometimes you gotta take a break to maintain peak proficiency.
Okay, I'm gonna say you have heard the conversation about the knocking and about the rainbows then.
Okay, so we're probably dealing with something like ramming into the hole then. Probably should take a look at that.
Okay, so make a perception roll.
Theoretically, I'm good at this. Unfortunately, my dice disagree.
Okay.
That's gonna be the young 9.
All right, so you don't see anything. And as the day progresses, anyone feel free to let me know real quick. Are you doing anything else of note during the daytime before evening, before dark?
Just
Wisp
checking in
is
on
trying to
Wisp.
do as little as possible.
Okay. So Nim's kind of being the caretaker.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, like, going back up above deck to investigate this rainbow that nobody else can see, apparently.
Okay, all right. We'll get to that in a second then.
Tempest takes different garbage and throws it out in the air and practices hitting it with her glowing throwing hammers.
Okay.
She's practicing her glowy throwy hammer thing.
Okay.
And then goes to see Edward.
All right. So you practice your glowy throwy hammer thing, and you catch some attention, but once again, everybody just kind of writes you guys off as the really weird heroes that, like, you procured this ship as a passenger ship, which is not normal. So, like, you've got some kind of skills. They're not going to ask, they're just going to look the other way because they've learned better at this point.
Steven, I actually am going to say, to pass the time in a way that will keep me below deck, I am going to chat with Charlie.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
And also, just out of curiosity, he doesn't feel my nausea, does he?
He feels anything you let him feel.
Okay, so I'm trying to keep that from him.
Okay.
Because I don't want to know what happens when a sword throws up.
Okay. All right. So
I do, though.
Blood everywhere.
All right, let me
Yeah.
rephrase this. I kind of want to know what happens. I don't want it to happen to a sword that I am in possession of. How about that?
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
So, we'll start with Nim and work our way around for some of these, and then I'll ask Anu and Senta after. So, Nim, you're investigating. Are you investigating by asking people about this thing, or are you just looking some more?
Doing a little bit of mostly asking around, trying to get ideas from various sailors, potentially the captain if I can bend his ear.
Okay, so you can choose between investigation or persuasion.
I'm doing persuasion.
Okay.
It's a 25.
25. So you say that, you mention the rainbows and the knocking, and the captain just gives you a look that's like very serious. No, don't joke about those sorts of things.
This is no joke, sir. your captainship. I do, and I just start nodding towards the side.
No. Don't.
I would love not to, Your Excellency. However, I think.
Do you know what a marrow is?
Like the juice in a bone?
No. They are humanoid fish people.
Oh.
They live underwater. Especially out here on the high seas.
And I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they're not incredibly friendly.
Well, no, not really. They don't like people sailing through their waters. However, we are currently well out of range of their waters. In fact, that is the reason that we are going to drop you off where we are and expect you to walk the rest of the way
Thank you.
instead of going around that continent.
Oh, well, if I could have your attention, your most regal captain. I don't really know what to call you, sir. I apologize. If you will take a look over the whatever, this is, I'm wasted on this boat. Usually I know a lot of great words for a lot of things, but I know that starboard and port are words. I don't know when I would use them. On land we have left and right, and it's great, and I like it a lot. So just over here, if you will, take a gander, a little peek. Do you see what I'm seeing, sir?
I suppose I will look. And he does look over the edge, and he rolls a 4. So he just sees ocean. Dear sweet lady, with all due respect, and I do mean in every context, sweet lady, please, do not startle my crew with tales of marauding fish people.
Absolutely, it was not my intention to startle anyone, but I think we should keep an eye out, just in case. I will, maybe I am losing my mind. Maybe nobody else sees it but me. We could chalk it up to, too many nights reading by candlelight. And so once I get out on the ocean, the reflections, I don't know. But I do hear the knocking, and I'm concerned. Maybe I just need a nap. Who knows?
Perhaps there are hammocks below deck should you choose to pursue that route.
All right. And then Nim sprints away to go below deck, but Nim is going to change into a sailor. She's going to try to look like one of the crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a deception roll. And remember, you have advantage on this because of your changeling nature.
You know what? It's weird given that we have had multiple changelings in the party, how rare this actually is, this occurrence.
Yeah. So we got a 16.
16. Okay. So you change your visage, and you tell us what your sailor looks like.
So very generic. Nim hasn't really been paying attention to the other sailors, so she's just kind of picked some features that she happened to notice. So there's some stubble, kind of a black eye for no reason, some grimy hair. She hasn't found clothing yet to match her new look, so she's gonna have to run below deck and kind of do a panty raid, if you will, amongst the bunks. But yeah, so it's kind of just generically masculine sailor-esque, but also kind of looks like a pastiche of people, and it's disconcerting.
Okay.
But she's worried about other things currently.
So, as you get to the stairs, another pirate, I don't know why I said pirate, sailor.
You're welcome.
A sailor runs into you at the at the stairway, looks at you wearing your dress and apron, looks you up and down, and then just says, all right, and he just goes.
All right, yeah, all right, indeed. And then sprints.
So you can easily find a set of clothes that you can change into to look like one of these sailors. Of note, these sailors do look distinctly less formal than you might have expected getting from the Queen, Her Majesty, but also you get the gist that this ship that you got was maybe like not necessarily the best one they could offer.
Nice. All right. So Nim changes real fast and then tries to get back up to the top as fast as she can.
Okay. Meanwhile, Tempest, you meet Edward. He's currently got a little like arcana smithing station set up. If you go down the stairs and then behind them, there's like a room, and it smells of magic. There's this lingering essence on the air because it's not well ventilated down here. It's almost like if you smelled the sound of a ringing bell.
Interesting. Very interesting. This is a fascinating place you have here, Edward.
And he turns around because his back was to you, and you see he's got this like glowing blue smoke that's just enveloped his eyes and is pouring out of it right now. And his fingernails are also bleeding this luminous blue smoke. Hello. Forgive the appearance. I was currently in the process of making something.
That's okay. And Tempest, gestures to her own appearance. Some of us look like this all the time.
Well, here, if you want, feel free to have a look. And he shows you this leather breastplate. And he's like, this will allow the wearer, ideally, to basically become amphibious. It's my goal. It's about half done.
Amphibious, you say? Breathe underwater?
Breathe underwater, swim like a fish. If I can get it to work on this, I'm going to try it on metal next.
Oh, that would be disruptive, wouldn't it?
It would. It'd be better than the enchantment I got on this breastplate, which is just a floating enchantment.
Better than nothing, though, right?
That's true. I don't swim, so it's pretty important for me.
Sounds like it.
But
how long have you been working on this?
Oh, this morning. The concept took about a week, but I've been working on it this morning. I'm mostly just allowed my own devices as long as I maintain the ship's enchantments.
Life jacket.
Yes, a sailor with a life jacket.
Drowning's a thing. My character can swim, but drowning is a thing.
Oh, you're right there.
So, you said you wanted to look at some of my magic items?
Oh, yeah, if you're willing to let me look.
Tempest reaches down, pulls off her slippers, and sticks them on the table.
All right, so he puts them on the table, and you see this smoke that's been pouring from his fingernails, like underneath his fingernails. It almost starts manipulating like tentacles, and it connects to the shoes. Mm-hmm. And when it connects to the shoes, you see these different circling runes that just rotate in discs, and almost like gears and patterns just inlaid over the shoes. And he starts sort of just turning them and manipulating them with his fingers.
Be very careful. They come from an entirely different world.
I can see that. This is fascinating. I've never seen enchantments look like this before. How did they balance with the temporal rift that you create?
I My what? What?
Oh, every time you tap into magic, anytime a mage taps into magic, there's a rift between the wild and our world. It's temporal is the best word I got for it. It's probably not the best science word. Ask the Scriptoriad monks about it. But when you do it, it sort of breaks the veil temporarily. But it needs to be balanced then so that the veil doesn't just start ripping all around a person, right? That's where the equalizing enchantments come into place. This one doesn't seem to have any.
I'm sorry. I wish I could speak at the level that you can speak at, but I am completely lost. These are things that I learned to do by doing. And I purchased these in a small town.
You bought these? It must have been a fortune.
Different places have different... things are common in some places that are not common here. I've come to realize.
Wow. You're not a spirit from the wild, are you?
I wouldn't say technically that I'm a spirit from the wild. I lived in the wild for a while, but I didn't start there.
Huh. Interesting. Well...
I mean, I came from a small town of farmers, like many people.
This is really fascinating. Well, listen. How about this? If you let me hold on to these and look at them for, say, until we dock, then I'll make for you I'll make for you an enchantment on an armor piece.
Ooh, an enchantment on an armor piece.
Just pick it up and I'll enchant with what you want.
That is tempting. But these shoes are so very, very useful here on the ship. I enjoy them quite a bit. Let me see if there's something else I can leave with you.
Well, here, for collateral, this is almost done. Give me 30 minutes, and I'll have the enchantment on this leather done. As long as it's stable, I'll give it to you as collateral until I give you your shoes back.
All right, because I know you're not going anywhere.
Well, really not, no.
Fine. It's a deal. As she picks up the leather.
All right, so he does have to finish it. It'll take him about a half hour to finish, but then he'll let you
she puts
have
it back
the
down,
leather
but she
piece.
just looks at it for a while.
Yep.
And you might want to let me draw a little bit on it. She draws a little bit on it. Curve it a little. Thank you.
All right, I can do that. That's easy enough. All right. Well, thank you, and I will get this back to you when we dock. Then. And you see, he starts messing with these enchantments and just gets lost in it like right away.
She's walking out the door. She says, "Be careful. Even where I come
right.
from, when you break these things, they explode quite spectacularly."
Oh, I would not want to be in the same room when this gets destroyed.
Yes. You also don't want to be in another room when it gets destroyed. Just letting you know.
I mean, in all fairness, you probably don't want to be in the next mile when this gets destroyed.
Yes. Good luck.
Thank you. And take good care of that breastplate. Come back for it in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right, and so he will finish that up. You can get it. You can add it. It's studded leather, but it is Mariner's studded leather.
Okay. Marinara started leather.
And Wisp, what were you doing again?
I was just conversing with Charlie to pass the time.
Okay, so you talked to Charlie. What do you talk to Charlie about?
I'm trying to direct the conversation mainly towards him, but I'm not dodging questions if he feels like asking anything.
Okay. So Well, what do you want to know about me?
What was your favorite food?
My favorite food. Warm bread and butter.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. Tell me, Charlie, did you dance?
No, I couldn't dance. Not
You
if I
couldn't,
wanted
or
to.
you wouldn't let yourself?
Maybe both.
Hmm.
I don't know. I was asked once
By who?
it was this lass that I fancied back in my youth, you know, but things got complicated with that one. I wasn't as in control of my magic at the time, and you know how magic works, the motions and whatnot. You get too into it, and suddenly you're setting something on fire.
Trust me, Charlie, I am well aware of how movement can impact magic, but I'm going to tell you what. If we ever find a situation where you're not a sword anymore, I would very much like to dance with you.
I think I'd like to dance with you too. You're a very, very nice person. You know that?
I'm really not, but I'm very glad that you see that in me.
Well, how many people do you think would bother to take the time to talk to a sword they had in their possession and not just use it to kill everything they wanted dead?
Fair enough.
But what's your favorite food?
Anything that pairs well with wine?
Cheese,
Cheese is good.
sorrow.
Sorrow does pair well, but that's an occasional
Offended and
addition.
wanna know her again.
Yeah. Break up.
I've taken part of that flavor more than I have meant to, but yes, wine goes well with breakup.
Yeah. And cinnamon rolls. That's what I really miss. I miss cinnamon rolls a lot.
You know what? I have a friend who you will very much want to meet when you get the chance, who is rarely without snacks and seems to frequently have cinnamon rolls.
Huh.
And actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. When we're off this boat and I am more centered and gastrically stable, I'll see if she has any cinnamon rolls, and I will see about having you share the experience of having one.
Well, thank you. Hey, I knew you were sick. I knew you were keeping something from me.
Look, trust me, you didn't want this.
I don't want it, but I want to be fair for you.
I appreciate that, but I'm not... I mean, do you have any idea what would have happened if you had felt nauseous?
I don't know. Didn't
I don't
think
know
about
either.
that.
I'm both curious and terrified at the notion.
You know, that could be interesting, though. Don't you ever get
Well,
curious?
We'll mark that down as an experiment. You know what?
I mean, I was an enchanter in my human days.
I'm just mentally cataloging experiences and sensations I could theoretically share with you, and I'm just curious as to how that would differ for you now that your physical existence is what it is.
I don't know. You know, I try really hard not to think about that too much, because then you start wanting to cry, but then you can't cry because you don't have tears, and then the next thing you know, you start spiraling, and it's not a great place to be.
That is fair enough. But also, part of the other reason that I didn't want to share my nausea with you is I'm someone who's more than happy to share many experiences with any number of people if they want that and have agreed to it. So I wouldn't want to push anything on you.
Well, consent is very important.
Yes, it is.
But I'm gonna try something, but I don't know. I think I need blood for it.
How much?
I don't know, like enough to kill something.
I think, Steven, I don't suppose that they have like I don't know how long this voyage is. They wouldn't have like live chickens or anything on board.
They do. There are rats on the ship. You know that.
Any like any visible in the area?
Sure. We'll say there's 2 visible.
Well, why don't we try something then? And I will attempt to use Charlie to stab a rat.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay. So now here's the question, because you still haven't given me stats for him.
Yes, because you haven't gotten your ticks in yet.
Okay, but at the very least, what kind of sword would he classify as?
He is a longsword right now.
Okay, so I ask because I have proficiency in longsword. So regardless of his specific stats, I will still get a bonus to attack.
Yeah, he started as a dagger, and he's been growing as you've been getting your ticks.
Okay, so we're at longsword. So rolling to attack, that would be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You off the rat very easily. You just stab it, and then you watch as, while the little rat is stabbed, its entire body starts shaking, and you see like stuff bubbling beneath the surface of its fur. And then pretty soon the entire thing lacerates into ribbons and pulls into Charlie and is just gone. And the sword grows, and you now have a great sword.
Now, is it weighted as a great sword?
It is not, and this is where we get interesting, because you've now killed enough things to get your ticks in. So, if you were missing any health, you get 1 health back because it only had 1 health to give. You now have a great sword that looks like it is made of ruby glass, and it has a like ebony black hilt. And you see that the circle on the edge of the hilt actually morphs into a skull. And the skull has chains that are like coming out of the eyes and mouth and nose that like wrap just engraved around the hilt. And this sword works under your dexterity modifier instead of your strength modifier. Additionally, while you are wielding this sword, you gain a +2 to your attack and damage rolls.
Now, would that... Okay, so in terms of the +2 to attack, would that go in place of a proficiency that I would normally have?
Nope, it's in addition.
Okay, so for the purposes of weapon proficiency, I know he's the size of a greatsword, but for handling, how should I figure that?
What do you mean handling?
So, like, if he just flat out was a greatsword, like, I'd have no proficiency in that. And I know he's the size of one, but he's not the weight of one.
Oh, no, you gain proficiency with this sword just by having it. Just by having it. You are proficient in it.
Oh,
because you have the ticks. So you have the ticks, and you also recover half health anytime you critically hit a creature. You recover half the health that you deal.
I'm loving this.
And that is what Charlie does for you. I will text you these after the session so that you have it all like in writing. But additionally, you get the sensation that now you can will Charlie to be smaller.
So for the time being, then I will do so because I don't need to tip my hand at what I've now got. So I'll bring him back down to what he was at before.
You can't do that.
Oh.
Instead, when you wish him to get smaller, you grip the hilt, right? The hilt actually like reverse clasps onto your hand, so it looks almost like a spider growing out of the mouth of a skull. And it's just like this palm decoration now, and the blade is gone.
So it's the Witchblade.
Basically. And then you can just manifest it when you want, and you can pull it back when you want. You can't be disarmed of it either.
Okay.
Nefarious laugh.
You took
And
the
just-
time to get the ticks with Charlie.
Just a very impressive. Dang, Charlie, you look good. How you
Well,
feel?
I feel powerful. And
Good.
also hungry. Very, very hungry.
I'll see about that cinnamon roll.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to do it.
I know, but it'll have to do for now.
All right.
We'll figure this out, but it's gonna have to be a balance here, buddy.
All right. Also, he does take up an attunement slot now.
Okay,
Just so you're aware.
gotcha.
What about a new?
This is after. I was
After your
pervert-
game.
Well, no, I said I was gonna be basically swinging from the tops and just being an acrobat.
Oh, okay, so you're like
That's it.
making a show of it.
Yeah,
Okay, give me another perception roll then.
a perception roll.
Yeah.
Right. I finally got it.
Yeah? 30.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you see the rainbow things that Nim has seen.
Finally.
You also see there's about 50 of them.
50?
These like massive humanoid fish creatures that come up to the surface and then dip back down, and they occasionally ram into the ship. And when they ram into the ship, your perception roll's so good, you realize it's almost like the ship is knocked off course just a hair with each time. And it's almost imperceptible. And right about now, the sun is starting to go down.
There's a map, right? Who has the map?
SENITA has the map right now.
Okay, I'm gonna drop.
You
down.
are welcome to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down by SENITA and look at the map.
It is currently pinned to a table by 4 daggers.
No, okay.
I'll be right
Blessings.
back. I'm going to get water. I'll be right back.
A 30 lets your character see the dice on the table too, right?
Pardon?
It's what somebody wrote in the Twitch.
Oh, okay.
There's just something very classic about that image of the map laid out with the daggers. Although
yeah.
the first thing that comes to mind is it's like Captain Hook from the Disney Peter Pan. I know his map was laid out like that.
I was just thinking we're on a ship and this thing is gonna roll off unless I pin it down somehow, and what I have is daggers.
I like
If it works, it works.
Yeah, I don't have fun tack on my list of equipment.
You've got everything else.
So, Anu, you've got the map. What are you trying to do?
Alright, I'm looking at what our destination is supposed to be, and then I'm gauging where our destination might be if they keep hitting our ship.
Okay. All right. So, you are trying to figure out where you are. Go ahead and make a investigation or survival roll, and you have disadvantage with this roll unless you have proficiency in navigator's tools or cartographer's tools.
Nope.
Okay.
I can
Hold on. Can Tempest be there?
Sure.
Am I around? Okay.
Yeah.
Tempest looks over your shoulder at what you're doing, and you get +6 to this roll.
Ooh.
Alright.
Remember, anyone within 10 feet of me. Oh, wait, no. I'm
I'm
sorry. It's not a saving throw, is it? Ah, I was wrong about
Nope,
that.
it's not a saving throw.
Ah, sorry. Okay, you don't
Rats.
get anything. She's just looking.
Moral support.
Yes.
Use the help action.
Senta, you can use a help action if you want.
I will use the help action.
Okay.
I will point out what I noticed earlier.
Okay, go ahead and roll to see if you get a 10 or better. On survival or investigation, your choice.
I did not.
Well, if Senta can get 10 or better,
Ah.
then you have advantage, which cancels your disadvantage.
Which I did. I rolled an 11 on the die, so
All
please,
right.
by all means.
So what was your first roll?
My first roll was a 2, which means I got a 4.
Oh. You're having a hard time figuring it out right now. But I will let Tempest make a separate roll of the same type if she wants.
And do you know how to use that? How this works? How a cartographer's sextant works?
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, see, you go like this, and Tempest attempts to show you how to use some of the equipment, both the T-square and the sextant and everything.
Do you have proficiency with those?
Absolutely.
All right, so make one of those
It's-
checks
it's
without disadvantage.
It's amazing what happens when you wake up in the morning and decide to be proficient in something.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so come on. Now that I said that, of course, I'm gonna roll like a one. Let's see. That's what was that? Investigation?
That was investigation or survival, your choice.
Survival. I might actually have some points in survival. No, all those are wisdom based, so that's a 9. No, that's a 9. I don't know what to do here.
Okay. So
Wait a minute, you know what? You know what? I'm spending an inspiration. She should get this. I'm
Okay,
spending an
go for
inspiration. Yeah, that didn't help any. The
I
dirty
want
one.
you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. That's 6 and 9 is 15.
15. That is one less than what you needed.
Of course it is.
So
Actually.
you feel this icy hand, and for a second you think it's like, man, Anu, your hands are real cold. And you look down and you see this hand with this like black gloved hand with talons on the edge just wrap around your hand, and it moves your hand like while touching your hand, as though someone is standing immediately behind you. You almost feel breath on the back of your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And you recognize this hand, and it moves your hand to show you what you were looking for, and then it's gone like a wisp of smoke. Nobody else sees this but you.
Just when I thought, well, this is what we're looking for right here. Right? This is the direction we'd be going?
Yep. And you realize that this is actually taking you further out from the Ile de Fer than you were planning on sailing.
So we'll end up what? 3-4 days with a stiff wind from where we're supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Tempest says that to everybody, right? Like,
Indeed.
so do we tell the captain?
Yeah.
Or do we just have the navigator tone a little bit?
How immediate is this problem going to be?
Are you asking me, or are you asking?
Yes.
Okay. So right now you are. If you can correct course, you'll lose half a day.
I understand that this is very pressing,
But at the same time, losing half a day is better than losing some of the crew, and it's better than, like, potentially going down and not making it at all. That's just my 2 cents, that this is the vote that SENITA is casting.
It shouldn't be difficult. Then we'll just bring it up with the captain. I'm sure he'll be more than reasonable.
Yes.
He's not gonna know what we're talking about, but we can try.
Of course he'll know what these... Well, then we'll talk to the navigator. It's obvious, right? From the... Yes. We're off. We're off by some small margin.
So, you guys are going to the captain or to the
Yes.
navigator? The captain. Okay, so you guys go to Captain Emil. He's in his quarters, so you'll have to knock on the door. We'll say that Wisp and Nim also notice your 3 companions are all going to the captain's quarters.
Knock, 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 knock.
Did I miss something, or?
Just maps and math and directions. We're off course. It's not a big deal.
It's the
perfect.
rainbows! Nim screams, but looking like just a pastiche of various men.
So, some random sailor, dressed however Nim chooses to describe this, just shouts, "It's the rainbows!" And given that he has greasy hair and a black eye for no apparent reason, this is
Stubble.
probably a crazy guy. Also, you don't know where Nim is at.
I know you don't recognize me right now, but I'm going to go up there and I'm going to get their attention and everyone is going to see the rainbows. I know I'm not the only one that sees them, even though none of you have seen them. And then Nim sprints up to the top deck.
You
Good
think he might have a
luck.
touch of, cabin fever?
Wait, is that contagious?
Not
No.
if you go outside and touch grass.
So,
Captain, we need to talk to the captain.
Yes.
all right, so you guys knock on the door, and Captain Emil opens the door. Yes?
My good captain, I think there's a small situation we want to bring to your attention.
A small situation?
Just very small. We're being nudged off course. I think we're, what is it, half a day off course. We just thought maybe you might want to adjust and then keep adjusting.
Half a day? Why would we be off course?
It's the rainbow fish.
You ever fight a marrow?
Oh,
I
not you too.
I have fought them. I know that they exist.
I've seen
I can show you.
Wait, I'm sorry, what's a marrow? I thought there was just some big rainbow fish thing knocking us to the left. I'm sorry, to port.
Big carnivorous merfolk. And heaven forbid they bleed on you. It's just not good. Not good for anyone involved. Best if we avoid it.
Okay, but still, it should be fairly easy. We just adjust course, and we just keep checking, and they won't ever move us wherever they want to move us, right? Can they get on the boat?
Anyone
They
who
can't.
wants
There's no
to
way.
Can make
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they can, though, because I seem to recall them climbing things when we fought these in the other campaign.
What would we roll to check that, Steven?
history.
Ooh.
Nope.
Ooh, yes.
And Nim, you do hear
Oh,
someone
damn.
shout the rainbow fish from down below where they're all talking to people.
I knew it! And then, so Nim is on deck. Fish ahoy! Avast! Shiver me timbers!
I used an inspiration to re-roll that history check. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Marrow are people. They are another race, just like any of the other playable races, right?
Yeah, but aren't they darkspawn?
No, they can become the Umber Horde just like humans can.
Right, what were they called when they were in that form? Because I remember that we were in the Marrow settlement for a little while and that was chill, but the ones that we met before then were definitely not chill and almost got us infected. And I got the words mixed up because I don't live in this setting.
Yes. They are... I'm trying to look this up real quick because I need to pull up my stat blocks anyway.
But I don't think that SENITA would have gotten that wrong because, you know, hunting the Umber Horde is kind of like what we do.
Right. No, that makes perfect sense. They are drowners, I want to say.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
that would have been the word that came up. Like, I would not be slandering the Marrow, they were chill.
Yeah, no, they were drowners. Just like humans turn into zombies, Marrow turn into drowners, birdfolk turn into harpies. So, yeah.
I would like to convince the captain that this is something that he needs to take into account. He needs to take seriously.
So he looks at all of you. He doesn't quite take it seriously. Nim, are you coming back?
Yeah, Nim is just running back and forth at this point, like trying to get anybody to pay attention to this sailor. She thought that if she changed her look, that as a sailor, that people would pay attention to her and not think she was just a crazy passenger. It's apparently not working to her liking.
All right. I need everyone. So you guys are going to have a complex test here to try to convince the captain of something he really doesn't want to believe. So you're going to have to start with a persuasion roll. Then you're going to have to go to a history roll as you explain to him how you know about these. And then you're going to have to finish up with your choice of intimidation, deception, or another persuasion. Everyone can have an opportunity for this. So basically you got to pick 3 people, but you have to make 3 successes. And nobody can roll the same roll twice.
Can I just assist by, like, pointing out little factual things while other people are making these rolls because I dumped charisma?
Sure. You can roll an assist, so roll a d20. If you get better than 10, you assist. If you get a nat 1, you give disadvantage.
What happens if I get a 10?
If you get a 10, meets beats.
Okay, cool. There we go.
I have a +9 in persuasion,
Ooh.
so I'm happy to roll that. If that's
I will
our
take
first
the
roll.
history roll. I have a +10.
I have a
Okay.
+10 to intimidation.
All right, there we go. There's our 3. So
we start
Nim,
with
persuasion, and you have advantage because SENITA is assisting by pointing out facts and whatnot.
You said advantage?
Yep. Apparently this was needed already. Good job, SENITA.
19.
19. Okay. So, the captain is now listening intently. You make a compelling case, and having SENITA, who does have some heraldry from the Order of the Jade Lotus, this lends credibility to this, right? So, SENITA, you assisting with the next one?
Yes.
All right.
That's gonna be a 15.
Okay, so this
15.
is the history.
Yep, this is history, and you have advantage.
Okay. 21.
21. All right. So he is in at this point. He believes you. He believes that these are either Marrow or Drowners that are involved. Now he just needs to be convinced to take action. So Anu or SENITA, does one of you want to roll to assist Tempest?
What's the roll?
Just a d20, get a 10 or better.
Oh, you want me to roll?
It's up to you or Senta, whichever one you want. Senta's thus far been pointing out facts and things. Now we're kind of at the convincing stage.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll risk it.
Okay.
And it's just a flat out D20, nothing.
Yep.
All right, then I got a 9.
Oh, so you didn't help, but so
But you also didn't hurt.
yeah, you didn't hurt. So Tempest, make that roll, just standard roll, intimidation.
Here we go. Intimidation. She says, "Look, Captain. Here's the thing. Now that you know that there's something here, and we know that there's something here, you are responsible, and I personally will hold you responsible for this. Do you understand me? Anyone who gets hurt because of your inaction will be visited upon you."
Yes.
That's a 15 plus 10 is 25.
You succeed. So he exits, and you hear him put that bass in his voice again. He's like, "All hands on deck!" And he starts ordering people around to adjust the course and to adjust the sails and to check everything, ready the harpoons, all of that. Like, you guys succeeded.
Huzzah!
So,
We did it!
so now, as we go into the nighttime, you guys will eat dinner uneventfully, so you at least get your dinner in.
And I was able to pick up that maritime, that studded leather, the
Yep.
mariner studded leather. Okay, cool.
Yep, you sure did. So you now have a swim speed equal to your current speed, and you can breathe underwater and on land.
Cool. Cool.
And let's see. So you guys have a good dinner. Everyone eats and enjoys themselves. It's raucous. It's rowdy. It's salted pork, hardtack, and apples. But we'll take what we can get, right?
Salted
Yep.
pork and apples.
Oh, and Nim, I don't suppose you have a cinnamon roll on you still, do you?
Absolutely. And so Nim, still in sailor form, produces the box.
Uh-huh.
I will take a cinnamon roll and I will share that with Charlie.
Okay. When you do, he's clearly enjoying it a lot. And then he just sort of pauses. He's like, wow. You know, there's no mouthfeel, but it's still nice. Thank
Tempest
you.
chokes on her
I'm glad.
food.
And you guys actually can hear Charlie at this point.
Oh.
Oh,
Like-
everybody can?
Everybody in your party right now can hear Charlie, and this is the surprise thing. You guys have telepathic bond as long as you're within 1 mile of each other.
Interesting.
Courtesy of Charlie.
Nice.
That's just whoever happens to be in the party at the time, or
Anyone that Wisp considers an ally.
okay.
Oh, Tempest doesn't hear it at all then. I'm kidding. She heard it before.
It's true, she did. Like, I was actually, I'm stopping because Wisp does not consider Tempest a friend. She does consider Tempest an ally. So if that's the criteria, we are going to count it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys have a telepathic bond now. You do have to opt in to join or to send messages, but like it's like a message by message basis.
Gotcha. And so, like, by the nature of this bond that's now been established, do I realize they all hear him immediately, or am I gonna have to wait for them to say something?
Nope. You realize it.
Oh, that's new.
I knew.
Hey everybody. This is Charlie.
Hello.
Oh, hey there, Charlie.
I'm a sword. It's nice to meet all of you.
Hello, Charles. It's amazing to actually. It's fantastic to get a chance to actually say hi to you. I've overheard a few things here and there, but I'm very happy that you can talk to us all.
Oh, hey, we got a new follower. Thanks, Laser Boy. Or Laser the Boy. Anyway, so you guys, you hear Charlie, and Charlie now, you guys are aware he can tap into any of your guys' senses if you let him or you want him to.
I'm sorry, is that supposed to sound like a mouse, or is that just me?
I have the rat sounds going. Let me stop.
Okay, I'm thoroughly confused.
Nope, sorry. There's rats all over this ship. It's wild.
I mean, that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was hearing it and not just me.
Yeah.
No, I'd heard it too.
Nope, I had the rat sounds going. That was my bad. I thought they were just gonna stop after the one time, but nope. So, okay. So you guys go to bed uneventfully. And is anyone staying up or doing any preparations or anything in particular?
Wisp has pressed their luck enough and only thrown up once. They're going to try and get a decent night's sleep and hope for better footing in the morning.
Okay.
Nim is...
Besides, none of the sailors are their type.
Nim is kind of in her little quarters, wherever they happen to be. I don't suppose they're very luxurious. But she has changed back into Nim form. And she's kind of just, holding things in her pocket that are important to her. So her cinnamon roll box, the cookie from Giselle, and the stone that she got from Angelique.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're holding this stone. You could at any time.
It's not time yet. Nim wants to wait until they make landfall.
Okay.
Just in case,
Yeah.
A lot can happen between now and then, and she doesn't want to waste the message.
Yeah, makes sense.
Tempest, since she only trances for like 4 hours, she's got time. She wanders around a little and goes asked if Asana wants to spar a little bit.
Asana looks up at you and she grins. I would like that very much.
Cool.
And she will look around. You don't happen to have a sword or anything, do you? Something to spar
I don't have more than one. We'll find you one. We'll find you some sticks. We go off and find some broom handles or something to spar with.
That's easy enough to do. You see the woman that was swabbing the decks earlier. She's just putting the stuff away. So she'll let you use the mops. And then she looks at you two. You're an elf, right?
Not an elf.
Oh, so you don't stay up at night.
I stay up at night, but that doesn't make me an elf.
Oh, well, I'll let you use these if you'll take my watch.
How long is your watch?
2 hours.
What do I have to watch and where?
Just on the deck. Make sure there's no sea serpents or anything unsavory in the water. It's usually pretty boring.
It's a deal.
All right. And
Not
she'll
the
hand you
wisest
two
thing
mops.
Tempest has ever done, but she's not a wise girl.
All right. So, you and Asana go above deck. You can choose an attack roll or an athletics check. Or acrobatics.
Of course it's going to be an attack roll. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Let's see. Let's see, that's a 24.
24. So you make your attack roll, She swings the mop handle and shatters your mop handle with a nat 20. And then she just tosses the mop handle to the ground disappointedly. Doesn't hold up.
We're supposed to spar. You're supposed to hold back a little bit. You know, play with me. Like a game of cat and... never mind. A game. You're supposed to ease into it.
And you see her vivid eyes just lock onto yours. These vivid yellow eyes. And she says, I'm as Laurie. We don't hold back.
Tempest summons her weapon as a basically just a stick,
Okay.
right? You know, it's just a long piece of completely black staff, right? But
Okay.
she's gonna swing it like a sword and throws her mop handle to Asana.
Oh no, Asana broke yours.
Oh, okay.
So she picks hers up.
Yeah. Well, you won't break this one, but don't break yours. They won't be able to clean anything.
No promises. And make another roll.
I think there's an ambulance outside of my mom's house.
Oh, well, please feel free to go tend to that, like, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out if that's what's going on.
Well, do whatever you need, obviously. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
That'd be
don't let me interrupt. I was just letting you know why I was
Oh,
craning
yeah.
my neck.
Yeah, of course. If you gotta go, feel free. We could also cut it early here if you want.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just watching.
All right.
Oh, I think there was a car crash or something, because there's police out there too, and they don't seem to be talking to my mom. They're talking to somebody else. We're good.
Oh, good. Okay. I mean, not good there was a crash, obviously. Like, that's terrible, but...
Yeah, I know. It's terrible, but it's no one I know, so we're fine. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, God. I think I just lost 2 points. Never mind.
I mean, we have human empathy. You have to limit it somewhere. To stay
21.
sane. 21. All right.
Dirty 21.
All right. So you're sparring with her. She still has the upper hand. She's really good at this, but you're holding your own this time. So you're going back
Fantastic.
and forth. You swipe with your staff. She blocks you at every turn at this point. And any of you that are companions can hear clacking wood up top above deck.
Oops.
So make another roll.
Okay, sure.
We're gonna see where this goes. She hit rolls well this time.
Of course, with my luck, that's a 1.
Oh. So, she thwacks you, blocking, and it seems weird that she's blocking considering how aggressive she was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you realize that her blocking has led you into a corner, and then she comes right at you and swings and has the wood staff right at your neck.
I yield. You have bested me. I look forward to our next sparring match.
It was not nearly as easy as I thought it would be.
Well.
And truth be told, it was nice to have someone speak to me. The humans don't much care for my kind, not that many do.
Honestly, I've been there more times than you can imagine.
Really?
Oh yes, I've been an outcast on every world I've been. You were just an outcast on this one.
Oh, I am not an outcast per se. My people are, they believe very zealously in what they believe in, and they spread that belief through conquest.
Oh. not make you popular.
No.
My people are mostly religious zealots, so I understand.
Then I am in good company.
Or bad company, depending on what you'd like to do.
This is true, but I like to think of it as good company for tonight.
Could you let me down now?
Oh, yes. And she, tosses away the mop handle. How am I going to explain to the other one that I broke their mop?
Hold on, wait a minute. I got something for this. I think I got something for this. Yes, Tempest just takes the broken pieces, holds them together, and zaps them back together using mending.
Ooh. So you align
Mending.
the splinters just right, and you hear, it's almost like the reversal of splintering wood, as the pieces just sort of fold in together neatly and become whole again. That is a very fascinating trick.
It's amazing, because I just figured it out. It's been forever. I've been tearing holes in my clothes forever, and just yesterday, I said to myself, I just wish this wasn't ripped anymore. And it wasn't. I immediately patched every pair of clothes I had.
That's fascinating. Truly impressive.
Thank you. She gives a thoroughly embellished bow.
And as you do that, give me a perception check.
So I'm going to spend all my inspiration today.
That's why we can hoard it in this game. I think you should be able to hoard it.
Yeah, okay. So that is a 13.
13. So, as you bow, your vision just sort of drifts a little bit, and you notice what looks like a shadow going down the stairs very silently. Like a humanoid size, maybe a little bigger shadow going down the stairs below deck where everything else is.
Tempest not only has dark vision, but devil's sight. Is it still a shadow?
It is still a shadow.
Okay.
Because what you're seeing something went down there and is catching the light that's at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And so you're
Not that
actually
there's
seeing a shadow.
Okay.
It's not like a 3D shadow. It's like you're seeing the shadow of a humanoid going down the stairs. So they're already down the stairs.
Was there anyone supposed to be on deck besides us?
No, I don't believe so.
Someone just went that way. Then Tempest runs off.
Okay, Tempest. At this point, I need you to roll a initiative check for me.
Initiative. All right.
Yeah.
That would be I'm spending inspiration. I've been hoarding it for 3 games. I'm not gonna roll a stupid 5.
And we're gonna say Asana goes on your turn because I'm gonna let you control her.
Ooh,
Also,
cool. Okay, 19.
Yes, Anu, because you are probably awake right now too.
Yeah, I was watching the fight, is what I was going to say.
Okay, so you make a perception roll at disadvantage.
Alright. Stop it. Uh, 13.
13. So you see what looks like rippling air just briefly on deck. It's almost like light is bending around something.
I'm gonna follow.
And then you do catch that shadow in the hallway as well. But then at this point, you also, because I presume you're perched up in the crow's nest or something.
Yeah.
You see 6 serpentine humanoids with like blue and green scales.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, you see 6 Marrows above deck who are currently stalking around both sides of that cabin, and one of them is coming up behind Tempest.
This is gonna be fun for me. Sneak attack!
So, are you just falling on them?
Yeah.
Okay, make an initiative roll to see where you fall compared to everything else.
Okay.
What did Tempest get again?
19.
19. Ooh, good.
Yeah, I spent an inspiration on that.
Alright. Do you need mine?
Yep.
I got a 26.
Wow. Okay. And then, Anu, what are you doing?
Alright, so I'm up against the... Well, how close is the person behind Tempest?
They are right behind her at this point.
Okay. I'm dropping straight down on them.
Okay. I need for you to choose. Do you want advantage on your attack roll, or do you want to deal an extra d6 of damage as a result of leaping down on them?
I'm gonna go with advantage because my sneak attack is broken.
You know what? That's fair, because you have the advantage of dropping down, and you were stealthing probably, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say you go ahead and roll with advantage, and you get the d6 extra if you hit.
Alright. Roll with advantage.
Because you're falling.
Okay. Woo! 30!
Wow! You just stab everything. Is that is that a crit for you?
Yeah, I my first roll was an 8 and my second roll was a nat 20.
Okay, so how many sneak attack dice do you have?
Attack. Sneak attack is 66.
So you automatically get 36 plus an extra 6 from the extra d6. So that is 42. Plus, you're going to deal your damage. I'm just going to let you coup de grace this thing however you want. So you just describe to me what happens.
I'm going to go straight down, like boots at its neck.
Okay. So you fall, and Tempest, just as you notice this shadow, you hear this thunk crunch. And you see Anu is standing on top of a decimated one of these humanoid serpentine people.
She curses. And turns to see if that's what she's following. There's another one.
There is another one. There's another one you can now see. You see 3 of them. Anu, you know there is more than 3, but Tempest, you can see 3 immediately, and they all have their sights set on you, and Anu, and Asana.
Immediately, Tempest says, "Foul creatures, you will not hurt the people of this fine ship. I promise you." And that was a vow of enmity.
Ooh.
So for the next minute, I get advantage against him.
All right. So then do you want to attack or?
Yeah, then I'm attacking.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so I have advantage. That means the first is an 18.
That will hit.
Fantastic. That is my this is her weapon as a greatsword. Like, I didn't describe this, but she shifts it to a greatsword.
Okay.
Instead of when she went to run.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So that is let's see. First it's 2d6, and I will say, since I know. Yeah, and I will. All right. Well, first it's a 2d6, and it's a great sword, and so that's 7 plus 6. What's that? 13. And then I'm gonna smite with a second level spell.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Do I have a second level spell? I do. I have a second level spell. I'm gonna smite with a second level spell, so that'll add 2d8 of damage, I believe. So that's 9 more damage.
Okay.
And then for my second attack.
So how much damage total was that then? I
I'm
missed
sorry.
the first part, I think.
Okay, it was 9 plus 15.
So 24.
Right? 24. And now for my second attack.
Oh man.
That's a 25 to hit.
All right, that'll hit.
And I get my 2d6. But I get to reroll 1s and 2s because I have a great weapon master. So that's 6 plus 6. That's 12 damage, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna smite on this one.
Okay. All right. So 12 more damage. So 36 is what he's missing. So this marrow looks bloodied. He's got cuts and scrapes all over his body. He's got this blood that's leaking out, but he is still going. And now it is the marrow's turn. So we're going to go through the marrow, and then we're going to go to everybody down below. So you see that this marrow is not wielding what marrow normally wield. Like normally, marrow are known to wield these like trident sort of weapons. This one seems to be wielding a staff covered in seashells and barnacles. And the marrow starts chanting something in a language that I don't think you or Anu speak. I know Asana doesn't. Neither of you speak Aquan, right? Okay, so they start chanting, and all of a sudden you see that the water from below the where the ship is starts crawling up the edge of the ship, and it snares both of you like these vines and grabs onto you and starts trying to drag you toward the edge. I need both of you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay, anyone within 10 feet of me gets a +6 to their saving throw.
So Anu, you have +6.
All right. Is that included on my modifier?
No.
Oh, okay, just plus 22.
22. All right, so you break free, and you realize, wow, that was really difficult to do. This caster is really strong.
That's only 14 for me.
14. Okay, so you are moved to the edge of the deck. You can choose at this point to use your reaction to grab onto the railing of the deck, or you will be pulled in the water.
I'd love to Misty Step away. But okay, I will use my reaction to grab.
Okay, so you grab onto this ship, and so these water vines are pulling you down, and you see that now, as they're pulling, this seaweed is crawling up through the water and is starting to wrap as well. So that is what's going on with you. Down below deck, I need everyone to make a perception roll. So Senta, Nim, and Wisp.
17.
17. Good.
9.
Not good.
10.
10.
Steven?
Yes.
I have a question. Given that Tempest has been struggling with keeping her thoughts in her own head, would this be something that someone might hear?
We will say that yes, this is the case.
Okay.
So you can, in your next round, shout to everyone else, okay?
Okay, sure.
Meanwhile, Senta, Nim, you guys both wake up to see that there are about 25 more of these things below deck. And most of the crew at this point has been tied up and gagged. You two also wake up in the middle of yourselves being tied up, but you can still speak. Wisp, they haven't gotten to you yet, but you wake up to see all this happening.
Okay. Let me know when I can do something, because I have a thing I want to do.
So all three of you roll initiative to see what order you go in with each other.
Dirty 20.
7.
Okay, so we have Wisp, then Senta, then Nim. So Wisp, you're first. They haven't gotten to you yet. Maybe they haven't noticed you yet.
How are they positioned?
So they are actually at the different hammocks right now. And you see that they are basically like cocooning and just tying people up with their hammocks.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to cast Confusion.
Okay.
Now that goes for a 10-foot radius of a spear from a point of my choosing.
Okay.
So the question becomes, where's the biggest cluster where I can get the most of them? And if I center the confusion there, will it also hit Senta or Nim?
So if you set it will cover the whole room. You can
Whole
get
room.
everybody, but it will get everybody. So it's
Apologies in advance. We are so outnumbered here. I would rather.
No, you have my consent. By all means, fry me.
So, yes, I am casting Confusion effectively on the rope.
All right. So what saving throw do they all have to make?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, to make it simpler, I'm going to make a saving throw for the enemies, a saving throw for the sailors, and then Nim and Senta, you each make a saving throw as well. What is our DC?
15.
They fail. Okay, so the marrow... okay, both of them fail. So both my groups fail.
18.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
16.
16. All right, so you both Senta and Nim are not caught in the confusion. All of the marrow and all of the sailors are.
Okay. And I think as a bonus action, I'm going to assign Senta as my dance partner.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to leave it at that for now.
Okay.
And so that's that now. Confusion is a concentration spell. So assuming my concentration doesn't get broken, they are under confusion for the next minute.
Okay. All right. What are you doing, Senta?
Well, they were in the process of tying me up.
Yes, they have not
Okay,
yet
so
finished.
what I'm gonna do is I am gonna tense my wrists, because this is how you avoid getting tied up to where you can't get out of it in real life. You tense up, you make the musculature in your arms larger than it was than it would be if you were relaxed, to give myself a little bit more room to slip the chain, as it were.
Okay, so here's the question. Do you want to try to break out of it now, or do you want to go with it, see what they're doing, and then be able to escape later?
The latter.
Okay, all right. So I'm not even going to make you roll to do that. I am going to make you roll to hide that you're doing it. So roll deception. Or stealth, your choice.
I was about to say, like, that really feels like sleight of hand
I
to
would
me,
also
but...
allow sleight of hand, because that makes sense.
Alright, that's gonna be 16.
16, okay. So, yeah, this marrow doesn't seem to notice that you've done this and continues tying you up, and then they take this creature. It looks almost like a black starfish, and they just, like, place it over your mouth and nose. this is how they've been preventing everybody else from speech, but you also get the sensation that when this happens, now you can breathe underwater.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
So that happens to you. Nim, what are you doing?
Quick question.
Yes.
So they're all affected by confusion.
Yes.
That doesn't make them incapable of thought, correct? It just
No.
kind of...
No.
Just kind of...
What
Okay.
what it does is when they try and take an action, they have to roll a d10, and depending on what they roll, if they roll a 9 or a 10, they can take an action as normal. If they roll anything else, they basically don't have control over what they do. They either run in a random direction, they can't move, or they attack somebody absolutely random.
Okay. So I want to use talk around.
Okay.
So that is when communicating with a creature that uses a language you do not know, you can understand the gist of what's being said. You also can quickly pick up enough words and phrases in the moment to communicate simple, direct thoughts. So any creature that makes a successful wisdom roll can tell that you are not a native speaker to the language you're attempting. Basically, I just want to ask them, who are you and what are you doing and where are you taking us?
Okay. Because that is 3 separate questions, that's just a little stretch. I'm going to have you roll persuasion or
Absolutely.
Intimidation to just see if you can get all that conveyed in that time.
Let's do persuasion.
Okay.
26.
26. Yeah, you can easily get the gist. And you hear the creature speak in this like guttural, it almost sounds like it's a bubbling speech, but it starts to speak in common.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "We need you to come with us, one way or another."
All right. Do I...
And the speech is very like lilted, by the way, just by virtue of the confusion, but like it can still communicate.
Mm-hmm. Can I still keep talking? Do I have enough time?
Sure.
And I just ask why.
And it's very like disoriented, but it says trouble below. And that's what you get. So Anu, you're up upstairs. You just killed one, and there are a couple more that you can see immediately.
Oh, okay. I guess can I see the mage or spellcaster?
Yes, you can.
Okay, can I take aim at them?
Yes, you can.
All right. I'm gonna take aim and fire my crossbow. at them.
Okay. So that does give you advantage.
Right. Wow, I got the same roll twice. All right, it's 13.
13. Okay. So, that is exactly what you need to hit this spellcaster.
Okay. All right. 1d6 plus 2. Man, my crossbow is only 1d6. Lame.
Mm-hmm.
4.
4.
I had aimed for their throat.
Okay. So, is this the one that Tempest already hit?
Oh, is there more than one?
There's 2 that you can see.
I'm gonna hit the.
And you know about 2 more.
Oh, are they all spellcasters?
No.
Okay.
There is another spellcaster, though. I assume you want to hit the one that's already injured.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's looking really hurt now, but he's still up. Oh shoot. I'll get back to a thing in a minute. But yeah. So Anu, do you have anything else you want to do? You can move. You used aim for your bonus, and you attacked. Did you roll your sneak attack?
Oh, no.
You were supposed to, because you got advantage. Remember, that's what aim does.
Oh! I didn't know it was giving me my sneak attack because they're looking at me.
Yeah, but that's what aim does, is it lets you have that anyway.
Oh, okay. So I had just rolled my
I was
regular.
thinking that was like not possible if you roll 66 for your sneak attack right now.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. Do I have enough? Oh, I know there's another D6 around here somewhere. Oh! Yeah, actually, you know what? I got an entire thing of Zelda dice. I'm gonna roll.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bought it. It's 9, so I'm gonna roll 6 of that.
All right.
You know it? Oh, yep, there it is. Some Triforces in there. Make sure that's 6. Yeah, okay, so. Great. Sorry, doing some math. That's 10. That's 16. That's 22. That's 25.
Okay, please describe for us his gruesome demise.
Ooh.
Yeah, that arrow's going straight fast through his jugular.
All right, and when that happens, the seaweed and the water vines just sploosh back into the ocean. And Tempest, you're just hanging off the edge now.
Okay. I misty step next to appear next to one of the people.
They're so awesome.
All right. Oh, those are cool.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I? That is cool. Yeah, we don't have a board, so I don't know how far I can move or what. Like, how can I climb up and attack somebody without casting a spell?
Yes, you could. I'll make
Oh,
you
okay.
make an athletics or acrobatics check just to see if you can get your full movement or only half.
Great. Okay, let's see.
I love
athletics
my
or
ability checks.
acrobatics. Yeah, I know. I'm just not proficient in either of those. So we'll go acrobatics. So I get a +2, and that's only a 7. So what? I get half my move.
Only a 7. Yeah, you get half your movement.
Yeah.
So you can get to the closest one. You can't get to the other spellcaster.
That's fine.
All right.
I using my bonus action, I cast Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
There we go. So for the next minute, I get another 2d6 on all my damage, thunder damage. And they have to save or be blown 10 feet away from me.
Okay. What's the save for that?
That is a strength saving throw, and
No.
strength saving throw, or we push away 10 feet.
Yeah, he's pushed away.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see how much damage we do here. All right. So, let me attack. I don't have advantage anymore on this guy.
Nope.
That's a 19 plus 10. That's 29. Okay.
Yes,
so
that hits.
So then there's the 2d6 from my greatsword. 6 and 4 is 10 plus another 6 is 16, and then I will get the 2d6 for the thunder damage. That's terrible. That's a 4. So that's 20 damage, and I will, on top of that, smite with a 3rd level spell to do 3d8 damage on top of that. That's 14 plus the 3rd dice, 18. So that's 18 plus 20, 38 points of damage.
Ooh, okay. So you just boom, and this guy goes flying backwards. Tail just like flapping. It's actually making like that wet fish flapping noise as it goes back. And you do see that these creatures are like both fishy and reptilian. So like if you've ever played World of Warcraft and you know the Naga, they look a lot like them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do I get my second attack on him, or is he just gone?
So he is pushed 10 feet back. He's on the edge. You'd have to move closer.
Okay, and I don't have any movement left.
Right.
Is that what you said? Okay. Then, what can I do with my second attack?
Well, you do have those throwing hammers.
Unfortunately, those throwing hammers are technically a cantrip, and I can't use my second attack for a cantrip. So instead, what do I have? Yeah, I got nothing. I gotta be done. I had to waste.
That's okay.
Have
You
a second
can
attack.
reorient yourself. So you are set with you are set up. You kind of orient yourself. You're good.
Okay.
So you get your stance ready. It is now down below, but I realized I forgot to let Wisp go when Senta went. So Wisp, you just get an extra time real quick. So what are you doing?
So let me see. So I've got everybody confused. Who's close to me? Or how many of them are close to me might be a better question.
So there are 25 packed into this very small room. There's multiple that are close to you.
I can't, even with confusion on my side, I can't take 25. I've got things to take on groups, but I'm gonna do damage to other people. And I was willing to accept confusing the crew. I'm not willing to accept killing them.
Okay.
I guess what I will start with just busting out Charlie on whoever's closest.
Okay. All right, so you bust Charlie out, and he is a big old blade. So, because we're pushed on time, and it's actually past time for us, I realized, because I've been caught up in this narrative. I'm going to roll real quick for the confusion. Okay, so they all seem to be dazed and stunned for the most part with this. They can't seem to act right with this.
So, actually, in that case, I think my preference would actually be to run over to... Is Nim or Senta closer to me?
Probably... Let me roll for it. Senta.
All right. Because I don't know that Senta has freed himself, I'm going to run over and attempt to free Senta from bondage.
Okay. So, you see Senta also has this, like, weird black starfish thing suckered onto her face.
Yeah.
And Senta, you see Wisp.
I'm just gonna nod to Nim, like I got this.
You guys do have a telepathic bond.
Or is it Nim that's down here with us, or is it Anu? I'm sorry.
It's Nim.
No, it's me.
That's what I thought. Because Anu's been obliterating people up top. Okay.
Okay. So, in that case, I guess I will redirect to Nim. Does Nim also have the starfish on her face, or just the hand? Okay, then I will attempt to free Nim from their situation.
All right. You don't even have to like roll for this. It's pretty easy to do. You've got a blade. Like, awesome. You can do it. So Nim, you are free. These things are hella confused right now. Up top, you can hear there is a commotion going on. And then you guys all hear at once this massive rumbling. It sounds like a thunderous roar, but it almost sounds like it's superimposed with like the squealing of a whale.
Release the Kraken!
Those who are above deck can see this massive sea serpent rise out of the water. It's got these like long, like whiskers sort of things coming down, and it opens its mouth. It looks almost like a dragon, but without wings and arms. And that's where we are going to cut it off for today.
Okay.
So I'm sorry it ran late, guys. Thank you for being so charitable about that. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. So thank you everybody for joining us and for watching. Come back in 2 weeks and see what happens with everybody. And until next time, whether it's on the page or at the table, tell your story your way. Bye.
Bye.